Hey there, Wolfpack fans. It's me again, Kenton Gibbs, bringing you another episode of Locked On Wolfpack. And if you saw what I was telling you all on Twitter earlier, I told y'all we were going to have a big time commit for the Wolfpack coming through, and it is Javonte Juice Vereen. Javonte, how you feeling, man?
Feeling good. Thank you for having me.
Hey, I'm glad that you were able to come on. Now we gonna get into some football stuff and who you are as a player a little bit, what got you to NC State, but we also gonna have some fun with this. I'm gonna ask you things that obviously we're gonna keep it PG, but things that Wolfpack Nation wants to know about you that they might not from just your social media pages. All right?
Yes, sir.
All righty. So stay tuned because all that and more is coming up on this episode of Locked On Wolfpack.
You are Locked On Wolfpack, your daily podcast on the NC State Wolfpack, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Different segments.
So Javonte, we're gonna get into this thing and let's just get this out the way early. What was it about NC State that made you know that this was the school for you?
I visited September 25th against Clemson, right? Coaches and all the players made me feel like I was a part of the family, part of the team. That's what I was looking for the most. The coaches built a great relationship over the time, over that time that I had to offer. So, I mean, family means a lot to me. So just having them make me feel like a family made me make my decision a lot easier.
I completely understand. So it wasn't to win. It wasn't. You still would have committed, even if the result would have went the other way.
The win definitely played a big part in it.
Yeah, I got you.
To beat one of the top ACC programs for the not by a lot, but to beat one of the top ACC programs. I mean, definitely caught my eye. Just it's great people around Raleigh, around NC State. So I mean, a lot of other opportunities outside of football. So.
See, this is how y'all know the young man is about business. I was just joking. You ain't really had to answer that question seriously, man. It really don't matter to me one way or the other. You know what I mean? It's, as folks always say, I don't care about the labor pains. Just show me the baby. I don't care why, whether or not the result mattered. All that matters is that you're going to be a member of Wolfpack Nation coming up here pretty soon. So with that being said, there is a lot of buzz about you because you're obviously a very, very big-bodied H-back. And right now, guys like yourself, the hybrid guys, are all the rage because you have the ability to split out and play some receiver. You have the ability to be detached from the line of scrimmage, but you also have the ability to be lined up in line and be a blocker and do different things as far as that goes. So what is NC State getting in you on the field?
They're going to get, a hard worker. Somebody that's going to put in all the work just to get, got to go in there, earn my spot, nothing's given to you. So I'm willing to do that, go earn my spot and, maybe create something big for the NC State program on the upcoming. So I'm just looking to go in and do some good things and, be good.
I absolutely get it. So when you talk about NC State being an up-and-coming program and you talk about putting in the hard work, right? For me personally, I was a guy that I used to write down a lot of goals. Now, granted, I didn't accomplish many of them, but it wasn't for a lack of trying. I spent more time either in surgery or in the cold tub than I did on the field, which, things work out the way they do. But with that being said, I used to write down all my goals and that was I used to look at them and know that was my guiding North Star. These are the things that I want to do, and these are the steps. And I would take them to either the strength coach or my position coach and say, Coach, this is what I want to do, and what are the steps I need to take to get there? So with that in mind, are there any goals that you have, either personal or for the team, or if you want to talk about both, that you have for like your career or your freshman year or anything like that? Talk to me about it.
Well, I'm going to start off with the team and for my personal goals. Looking to go in there playing the ACC and playing in the ACC, hoping to win the ACC championship. Obviously the playoffs. That's I feel like they can make the playoffs this year with the team. Next year, the class that we're gonna get it's going to put us back in the playoffs. I really don't know much to say.
I understand. I understand. So as far as personal goals, as far as things that you look at and you say, I will have a great season if this happens, because there are, in the position that you play, there are so many different types of guys, right? Like you've got guys who are not really the blocker, but they can make every acrobatic catch that you would want, like a Jimmy Graham or an Antonio Gates. And then you got guys who put their hand in the dirt. They get physical. They get messy and mucky, and they say, "Don't talk to me about no fantasy football. I'm here to play real football. I'm here to open up holes just as much as I am here to catch balls." Like I want to say it's Martellus Bennett and Rob Gronkowski. So what are your goals that you look at and you say, this is something I want to accomplish?
First, playing at the next level. I mean, like I said, making it to the playoffs is one of my first goals. Earning the spot is another one. Just looking to take this far as possible. I want to be one of the. I mean, my mom told me it don't matter where you go. If you're good, you can play anywhere. So, I mean, I apply that to my life, and I mean, I went to state. I'm gonna help them, be the best program they can. They're gonna help me be the best player I can. Coaches are great, so I mean, I'm just looking there to go do everything great in the classroom, on and off the field. That's about it.
So let's talk about the classroom piece of this for just a second, okay? So you mentioned the classroom and what you plan on doing there, and please do not feel like you have to give an answer right away, because when I was your age, I just knew that I was going to be a finance major because I wanted to be a stockbroker until I found out what they really did, and I was like, morally, this ain't really my jam. This ain't for me. So with that being said, do you have a major in mind that you're like, this is what I want to do and this is what I want to get into after football, anything like that?
I mean, it's a good thing you said finance, because business and finance is what I'm looking to do. So that's what I'm looking to major in.
Okay, and listen, don't be dissuaded by me, because I became a communications major, not because I didn't like finance or anything like that, but on top of the stockbroker thing, I'm like, that's an interesting job they do. On top of that, I never shut up, so I figure if I talk too much, I might as well make some money out of it, and the communications degree served me pretty well. So with that being said, all right, I just want to get down into one last thing about the business aspect of this. Who was the coach that was recruiting you hardest, to the coach that you met where it was instantly like, I like it. This is something that this is the program I need to be at. Was there a coach for you like that, or was it just the entire coaching staff, top to bottom? You met him and you're just like, I like all this. I want all of it.
Well, first it started off with one coach. It was Coach tight ends coach that was recruiting me, special teams coach. I mean, he hit me up September 1st. I mean, I was expecting the call, but I just didn't know from who. I mean, ever since September 1st, he's been one of the top schools. I mean, steady reaching out. I mean, steady visiting the school. So, I mean, just putting me first, it prioritized me. So, I mean, towards the end of my process, it slowed down. So I feel like I had to prioritize them too. Then Coach D, head coach, Coach Beck came in the mix, and we talk every day. And good thing going.
Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you this, with the history of how NC State has used our H-backs, right? Be it J. Sam, be it Parham, be it Kerry Angeline, you've got at Trent Penix, you've got a lot of guys. There's a long lineage of guys before you who it's very clear that NC State prioritizes getting their H-backs the ball. So I can definitely see why that would be a situation that would be good for you. Now, we're going to get into the fun stuff now. And I gotta cut the break because we got to pay the bills around here. But after coming back from break, we're going to get into the fun stuff about who you are, your personality, a little bit, all that type of stuff. All right?
Yes, sir.
All righty. But like I just said, we got to pay the bills around this joint. So let's talk about betonline.net. BetOnline is your number one source for all your sports betting stats and info. Find all the latest sports development, league reviews, and news, including this year's basketball playoffs, MLB, and this weekend's run to the Roses as the Kentucky Derby is back. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering information, from live betting to playoffs to esports and more. So head to the website today to learn more about the trends in action. BetOnline, where the game starts. All right, so Javonte, Juice, which one do you prefer going by?
Honestly, it really don't matter. But I kind of do prefer Juice.
Okay.
Either one is fine though. But
Well, listen, I call folks what they want to be called. You know what I mean? I don't. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, you got to earn your nickname with me. That's the coaching. That's for them. All right. I'm just a podcast guy. So whatever you want to be called is what we gonna call you. So where does the nickname Juice come from?
it started when I was born. I came out. I mean, I was a kind of big baby, and I mean, they called me Juice. I mean, I was a juice baby. I'm a juiced up.
I got you. I got you.
Came out
No,
pretty big, and it stuck with me throughout my whole. I mean, even through football, they told me. I mean, juice it fits you. I mean, I stuck with that. Now I'm like coming out with it more publicly. But I mean, it just stuck with me out through my whole life.
you know what I find so interesting about nicknames, especially your story with your nickname in particular. You rarely ever hear that, like, oh, when this kid was born, that's just it. You normally hear like there was some funny story or there was something going on at the time. Like you got Edo Smith, who just happened to be born during the OJ trial, and they said he looked like the judge. You got Whop Failure. They said that he always wanted to eat Whoppers when he was little, and that was just his whole deal there. To see a guy who the nickname wasn't something that you had to earn, it was just given to you. You just born into it. I like it. I like it. So with that being said, let me ask you this. When you talk about the game and Juice fitting you as a player, tight ends are known to be a little nuts, a little crazy, a little. Who is the guy that you model your game after that you say, hey, this is who I want to be like most of all the players that you've seen so far? NFL, college, NC State, don't matter. Who do you try to model your game after?
A lot of different players, honestly. I mean, I still watch Devontae Adams. I mean, I used to watch Tavon Austin, George Kittle, Rob, Kyle Pitts a lot. I mean, he's the reason I switched to H-back, really, the flex tight end position. Watched him when he was at Florida my sophomore year, and I switched to flex that year. I ended up doing pretty good with it. There's a lot of different players. I mean, I look at a lot of different players' footwork. I mean, their routes, their different techniques, their releases. I like Devontae Adams releases and stuff like that. So, I mean, I just really watch him a lot, mostly just because his footwork is really nice. I mean, Calvin Ridley. I watch a lot of players, a lot of receivers, because I'm still kind of that receiver type build, tight end build. So I watch both positions.
See, I like it. I like it. And let me tell you why. The way that you talked about the different things that you watch, right? Because that question is left open-ended intentionally to see, just who you feel like this is somebody. But the way that you broke down, I watch his releases, I watch his routes, I watch his footwork. That's a student of the game, and that'll serve you well in college. I'll tell you what. Because when you come into college, and this is not the fault of any player who doesn't have this ability. This isn't to say, oh, if you didn't have this ability, that makes you a lesser player, that you are not as committed. But coming from certain programs, players don't learn how to watch film, okay? Players don't come in seeing, okay, if I'm watching this defense, I want to watch how this safety is sitting when he's going to come down as the overhang or when he's pulling back as either a deep half or deep middle hold. I need to see what does that player do pre-snap so I know what's going on. Or whenever I'm blocking, my key, how does he normally try to defeat the reach block? Does he try to long arm it, or is he a guy that's going to go underneath and let the linebacker come over the top? How do they like to play that? So being a student of the game, I promise you, it'll serve you well. Keep that up, and good things will follow. Now, about the real fun things of this, okay? You're a North Carolina guy. So you got a leg up on me in that I never knew cookout was a thing. I didn't know it existed when I came to NC State. They took me on my official visit, and they was like, yeah, go ahead and get whatever you want. I got a trade, and they was like, yeah, it's only $5. I said, what? $5? In Detroit, this will run you for a hot 15, maybe 20. But with that being said, are you a cookout guy? Do you rock with cookout?
Honestly, I work at cookout.
You work at cookout? Oh, my man.
Yeah, work at cookout.
All right. So let me ask you this. Do you have a favorite cookout trade? What's gonna be what's gonna be the Juice Vereen meal when you get that NIL deal in a few years? What's gonna be the official Juice Vereen meal?
Okay, I got like two different things, man. I got a chicken Cajun, you know, with the mayo. Those, I mean, I'm not really a big tomato person, but it really don't bother me on the sandwich.
Gotcha.
I either rock with that or I'll rock with a big double cheese bacon. That's what we call.
Okay.
And that's real good. I mean, that's my two things. But I'm also a shake person. I love shakes. And shakes are the best, you know. So I usually probably rock with the strawberry cheesecake shake. That's my favorite, if you ask me. So.
You know, I'm gonna tell you, I'm that big double bacon cheek. You're a man of good taste. You're a man of exquisite taste. I'm with you there. I'm with you. But you lost me at the shakes now. Them shakes that have me fighting demons later that day. I'll be somewhere. Hold on now. Just don't y'all come in here for 35, 45 minutes if I had one of them shakes. I'm just letting you know. All right. So now let's talk about another one of the things favorite thing. Who's your favorite artist right now? Who do you listen to pregame to get you ready? And non-pregame, you just living life. Who do you like to listen to?
I listen to like 20 different artists on game day. I mean, I listen to J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. I listen to 2 Chainz, Future. I mean, I like a lot of those. I mean, kind of old rappers, and then you got Lil Baby, you got Young Boy, you got Stunner for Vegas. All these people, some underrated rappers I listen to, Bando Rex. I mean, a lot of those people, Chief Keef, I listen to Finito. I mean, all those songs that get me like in the mood for a game. I just go out there and this. I mean, those are the songs I listen to, the artists.
You making me tear up, Juice. You making me tear up because I thought you know how they say we losing recipes from generation to generation. When you said Finito before the games, boy, let me tell you something now. Let me tell you, I was in college back in 2013, 2014 when Chief Keef was blowing up. Boy, that Finito, man, it didn't matter how hard life was. You might have failed every test that you had that week. Of course, you know, I graduated with 3.0, so just let y'all know I didn't fail that many tests. But anyway, you could be dead broke. You could have your card declined at Chipotle on Hillsborough Street. But if you at that party Friday night, Saturday night, if Finito come on, boy, something activated in you. You start feeling like a whole new man. But that's another story for another time. Obviously, you know what I mean? We're going to keep the partying to a minimum, right? The student athlete lives a very different life than the average college student. All right, so next thing after that, what would you say is your favorite TV show or movie?
Favorite movie is definitely Karate Kid.
Okay.
It's a classic.
Now you talking the original or you talking to Jaden Smith?
Jaden Smith. I like Jaden Smith version a lot. Just what he did in that movie applied a lot to my life, like the perseverance. He went through a lot of tough times, and he still like pushed through it and ended up winning it all. So I mean, it's just like if you keep your head in it and you persevere through every tough time, eventually it's gonna pay off, and you're gonna be fine. And, you know, winning that, even fighting through injuries and stuff like that. I mean, he just persevered. Perseverance is a big thing for me. So,
all right. So, what is your favorite football related movie?
I don't know, honestly. I really don't watch too many football related movies. I mean, series which was All American, it was pretty good or whatever the first 2 seasons. But I mean, that's really all I watched football related.
Hey, listen, you gotta watch Friday Night Lights. You gotta watch it. You gotta.
A little bit of it, but not much.
See, you got to see the whole. Oh, not the series. I'm talking the movie. I'm talking the movie with. If you ain't seen that movie, or let me say this: if as a football player, if you see the scene with Booby Miles in the car with his uncle, and he's crying after he just tore his ACL, and the doctors told him what was wrong and all that. If that scene don't make you tear up, you don't got to post. You don't got to. And now. I'm gonna ask you one last thing, and then we gonna let you go. We're gonna go to rather the third segment, which is gonna be, that's a surprise. I'll leave it as a surprise for now. But what is one thing that Wolfpack Nation needs to know about you off the field? What is NC State getting in you as a man, as a person, and what is one thing that Wolfpack Nation know about you? That's, some quirky, something weird, like Marshawn Lynch had his Skittles. Like some players, everybody got their weird things going on. what is something that NC State fans should know about you?
I mean, my nickname grew with me, right? So I mean, I obviously love Juice too, and that fits in too. But off the field, I mean, I love to interact with the kids. I mean, I love helping the younger kids because I mean, I was once there, so I mean, I just love going back and help the kids, and I'm great with the fans. I mean, I love the fans. Just the support system that they got there just already made me feel like I was at home. So I mean, I'm just a great person off the field and on the field. So I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this: there is very few fan bases, especially in the Triangle, but I mean in all of the ACC, and I'd argue because I've been to, being a Detroit guy, being from a football powerhouse in Cass Tech, I've been to many different universities all around the country. There are very few fan bases that are as passionate as NC State fans. You know what I mean? For better or for worse, there are very few that you see that match this type of passion. I remember my redshirt freshman year after I tore my Achilles, I was still recovering during the spring game, and I was walking around before the game, and there was a group of fans that were calling my name, and I'm like, how do they know who I am? Like, I ain't played it down here yet, you know what I mean? And they were all like asking me to sign stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, I've done nothing yet. I've done nothing to deserve this. But that's the nature of Wolfpack Nation. When you love them, they'll love you back. You work hard, they'll reward you and give you all the good things. So now we got a mystery segment coming up in just a few. Let me give a quick pause for a little bit of an ad break here. All righty. So Juice, let me ask you this, okay? I don't know if this is like we're gonna assume here that there are no NCAA violations or anything being committed by this, but is there any players that in the state or that you know well from camps and all that? Because I know how the camp cycle is. You know what I mean? You go to a couple camps, you know kids from all over the country or all over your region in particular. Are there any players that you're like, hey man, come on to NC State with me, man? Come with me. Next year we gonna get right. Come on.
There's a lot of players in NC just because I'm just starting with NC. I see a lot of players I would love for them to come join the Wolfpack. I mean, you got Kevin Conception, you got Dalen Smothers, you got Chris Culliver, Nathan LeCoq, you got just all those receivers, big time receivers that NC State might be losing or are going to be losing after this season. They can replace them, and it'd be like even better. A lot of speed, great hands, great route running, all them boys. So, I mean, and then you got a couple of linemen. You got Sullivan Asher. He had NC State in his top 3. We had Sam Pendleton, but he, committed to Notre Dame. We're trying to get Sullivan Asher to get the NC State. He had Clemson, Notre Dame, and State in his top 3. So hopefully he'll choose the right choice.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much for your time, Juice. I truly appreciate it. Go follow the man at Juice Vereen. Wait. I'm sorry. I got one more question for you because I forgot. I joked about it earlier, but I want to ask you personally because I want to just put this in the universe. You know what I mean? The big thing that all the kids are talking about, the Stones and Crystals Twitter is talking about is manifesting. So let's mess around and manifest something right here. Who is a company that you would love to strike an NIL deal up with? Who is one that because I told anybody who would listen last year, I said, listen, if they don't come out with a specific syrup brand that's tied to Icky, we missing out. We losing some bread on this. So who is one company or one product that you just know before it's all said and done, I need a NIL deal with them? Is it Welch's grape juice? Is it what we got going on? Talk to me.
You said Welch. Welch. I don't really mess with Welch too much. I'm more of a Minute Maid type dude. Like I like Minute
Okay, all right. Minute Maid is close. Minute Maid is close. So I get that. I get Welch. Not like it Welch's. You hurt my heart a little bit, but you redeemed yourself with the Minute Maid. So that's who you want to strike up an NIL deal with before it's all said and done.
One of those, just because of my and anybody else that offers me a deal, I'll be thankful for. I would gladly take it. But yeah, Minute Maid be the one I want for sure at the end.
Y'all heard it here first, all right? We gonna have the Juice Vereen Minute Maid. made specially here in Raleigh. They probably gonna have the little red bottles with his face on them joints, you know what I mean? Looking like somebody holding up Wheaties. That's get ready, because it's coming to y'all pretty soon. All right. Juice, thank you so much for coming out, man. I appreciate you. You know you're a friend of the pod. Whenever you want to come on, please let me know. And we'll always have a spot available for you. All right.
Yes, sir.
Wolfpack Nation, thank you all so very much for coming out. I appreciate y'all as well. Y'all know that this show is what it is because of y'all. Thank y'all so very much. Peace and love, y'all. And as always, go Pack.
You are Locked On Wolfpack, your daily podcast on the NC State Wolfpack. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.